What's up, guys, and welcome to Heart in the Paint, where in this episode we are reviewing the new Dark Phoenix trailer 2 that dropped last night.
Why did you make me do that?
Look at me. Focus on my voice. I'm not giving up on you, Jean.
She was my friend.
You're my family, Jean. Stop, no matter what.
Stop.
Look. You're special, Jean. And if you stop fighting that force inside you, if you embrace it, you will possess the very power of a god.
She'll kill us all.
Tell me how we fix this, Charles. Tell me what to do. I don't know what to do.
And what they don't understand, they fear, and what they fear, we seek to destroy.
This is your fault, Charles. I tried to protect her.
I'm scared. When I lose control, bad things happen to people I love.
The girl dies.
She's still Jean. We can still help her.
Sometimes you want to believe people are something that they are not. By the time you realize who they are, it's too late.
She's coming.
Okay, guys, before we get into this content, let's hear a word from our sponsors. Now listen to this. Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? Of course you do. Thousands and millions of people do. When I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had so many questions. How do I record an episode? Where do I find background music? How hard will it be? How do I get my show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all those other places people like to listen to? Where do I find advertisements? All these questions came. The answer to every one of these questions is really simple: Anchor. Anchor is one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free, guys, and 100% ridiculously easy to use. So if you're always wanting to start a podcast, go to anchor.fm/start. Again, anchor.fm/start to join me in the diverse community that is growing of podcasters already using this app, Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear from your podcast. Darkseid has found his last variable of the anti-life equation. But it's not what he thought it would be. He discovered that it's a person he needs, but this person doesn't exist in this universe. In this journey, he and many other heroes and villains alike will discover and unlock universal secrets that have been hidden for so long, and these secrets will bridge the gap between two universes. This is the Edge of Oblivion, an audio and crossover fan event like you've never heard before. Marvel Universe, DC Universe, all in one story. Coming April 19, 2019. What's up, guys, and welcome to a new episode of Heart in the Paint podcast. I'm your host, as always, Justin. So the Dark Phoenix trailer 2 just dropped last night, and guys, I have to say, now, if any of you guys have been listening to me for the very first episode of Heart in the Paint, knows that I'm not, or I haven't been, a big X-Men fan for a long time, just because of Bryan Singer put like a really sour taste in my mouth. But because of, where the new launch of the X-Men and really what Simon Kingbridge is doing with this film, and because I loved Logan, I loved The Martian, I think it's a little bit different, because I have to say this trailer too is very, very interesting. I mean, I can open my soapbox, but I want to stay in my lane and review the new Dark Phoenix trailer. So as you heard before, right before I came on into this segment, I played the trailer for you. I gotta tell you right off the cuff, guys, it has an extreme amount of callbacks to, X-Men The Last Stand, as well as the first X-Men. So let me do a little bit of a context here. Now, with this movie, when First Stand and actually they kind of rebooted somewhat the franchise, it's not necessarily a reboot, but a different alternate storyline or timeline, should I say, another alternate reality of the characters, because there's a lot of callbacks, guys, of the X-Men Last Stand in this trailer. So just kind of going in order, if we kind of play it through, because I am actually playing it on my end right now, so I can kind of go through some of the key things here in these trailers. We do open up with Jean pretty much in that alleyway scene, which was, I think, one of the very first pictures we got for the production. And we do see that she's kind of talking to the Phoenix Force, and really saying, why did you have me do that? Why she was my friend, or this is even with misdirection in trailers, we got to see that there's a lot of the community is already thinking that some of the X-Men will die. And now this is the last film of its Fox franchise. So are they going to go out with a bang? Are they going to go out with like just killing everybody? Because again, this is the last time we're going to see this franchise be in power under the Fox IP. So we do see a couple of parts in the scene here where Mystique is really trying to calm down Jean, and really she's just saying don't, and literally blasting Mystique away. And we do see some funeral scenes, not only in the first trailer but the second trailer. Somebody had to die with a magnitude, not like a new X-Men, but an X-Men member that has some kind of weight and authority, which we are believing that it is Mystique. And again, Lawrence has been writing this franchise for a couple years now, so it only makes sense to kind of kill her off. But I want to address a lot of these callback scenes. There are doing a lot of callback scenes from Last Stand, not only in her neighborhood, the scene from in the beginning of Last Stand. It looks like they kind of revisit and kind of like shake it up a little bit. And let's break down some of the costumes here. This is the costumes from the new X-Men series. I think, if you guys want to leave in the comments below, I think it was Michael Ryan, I think one of the creators of that. I know the writers were Craig Kyle. But please let me know if I was maybe a little bit mistaken there. But let's talk about Jessica Chastain. There's this one scene where Jean and the Phoenix Force is still trying to take control of each other here. And we have this scene where literally the Phoenix is crackling the helmet of Magneto, and it looks like he's about to burst. And Chastain is just there in that scene, nonchalant. Now, this is one of my predictions of who she is. Now, even if you go into IMDb, which is kind of looking like Wikipedia now, but Wikipedia, I don't know why I just call it Wikipedia, but Wikipedia, that Jessica Chastain is just titled Smith. That's all the title is. But I think that she is actually a shi'ar empire Now, that was some kind of predictions not too long ago, but I think she might be part of the Shi'ar Empire, and I think it was Deathbird. The villain, because she is the overarching villain. And I thought it was kind of really interesting that it looks like somewhat the same arc like Captain Marvel, because the Skrulls and the Kree are kind of using her, and in this one it's the Shi'ar or Deathbird in that way, or in the X-Men trying to kind of win Jean back, and then the Shi'ar, if it is Deathbird, trying to get the Phoenix Force and use it for themselves. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I kind of looked at that, I saw that, but there's a lot of things that we are missing here. Now, there is this one scene in the convoy, which is the exact kind of callback from The Last Stand, as well as the extreme grandfather, I guess, callback from the very first X-Men, where Magneto picks up those guns and turns them on the police officers. We see that scene where he takes all the guns and is firing. We don't know if it is Chastain or if it is Jean. So we don't really know on that part. So there is some scenes where we see that the full effect of the Phoenix being in space, where it really takes over Jean's body, as well as that one scene where she literally picks up the whole train. Now, on a lot of reviews, and a shout out to Emergency Awesome, like I've been following him for a very, very long time. There is one thing that I was watching on different reviews that we kind of skipped past this. We kind of skipped past this scene where in the the train, I'm sorry. It looks like a train. It could be misdirection, but I don't know if the X-Men are actually in the train or in the convoy. But you can see literally the roster of X-Men as well as Magneto have these devices around their neck. A lot of us are just like really going right past that. And now is this anti-mutant SWAT team organization that we have no idea about, that we're not really seeing? So that was very, very interesting to see. But overall, the trailer was really, really good, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this production. And again, I want to see it go out with a bang. Now, if they do kill most of everybody, which they can, because this is the last production of the franchise. I really would like to see. I would really like to see them do that. To go full force and see if, like, maybe the Phoenix Force, really taking the Shi'ar Empire. But I want you to really remember, guys, that this storyline, this alternate line, is still not erasing what has originally happened with our first. When I say our first, I mean like late 80, 90 babies, like our X-Men for first franchise, which X-Men, X2, as well as Last Stand. That stuff has actually happened. That still happened, and this is an alternate timeline, an alternate reality of what is happening in this original line. So you can see a callback to that, as well as Jean Grey's uniform in Last Stand. Her uniform, it looks like on the movie poster, is literally almost close to the exact replica of that. So that is pretty interesting, as well as we get some new characters we still don't really know about. So that's pretty much it, guys. I wanted to kind of go all through that. If I missed anything, please leave your comments below. Thank you so much for always tuning in, guys. And if you haven't gotten a chance, guys, to subscribe to our podcast, we are on all these podcast outlets as well as on our YouTube. So that's pretty much it, guys. So tell me what you guys think.